Hello everybody, myself Chaitra R, studying in first year MCA at MIT Mysore. Today I am going to explain about the topic called binomial theorem in discrete mathematical structures and statistics. Starting with the definition of the binomial theorem, if n is a positive integer, and we are already familiar with the expansion of the expression x plus y whole power n in the following form is known as binomial theorem. So the expansion of this expression x plus y whole power n in this form, that is x power n plus nc1 x power n minus 1 plus nc2 x power n minus 2 and so on up to y power n, this is called the binomial theorem. So at times when we encounter these types of expression, we cannot always use this expansion. It will be very large to solve. So we are using summation to represent this expression x plus y whole power n. So this expression in the summation form is as follows, that is x plus y whole power n is equal to summation r from 0 to n ncr x power r and y power n minus r. So this is the summation form of the above expression x plus y whole power n. So when we encounter problems of this kind, we can use this formula or this expansion instead of this. So let's move on to the problem. The first problem is find the coefficients of first one a power 5 b square in the expansion of 2a minus 3b whole power 7. So when we expand this term, we will get somewhere in the expansion we will get the term a power 5 and b square. So we have to find the coefficient of this unknown part in the expansion of this expression. So we have already known the summation form of or a generalized form of the binomial theorem, that is x plus y whole power n is equal to summation r from 0 to n ncr x power n minus r and y power r. This is the generalized form of the expression. So here the x value is 2a and y value is minus 3b and n value is 7. So we have to apply these values in this expression, or to these unknowns we have to apply these values. So now x value will become 2a power n value is 7, so 7cr, here n value is 7, so 7cr, x value is 2a, so 2a power 7 minus r, and y value is minus 3b whole power r. Now in the next step we are writing the constant terms in one side and the variable terms in another side. So that is 7cr 2 power, so 2a power 7 minus r means this power will belongs to both 2 and a. So 2 power 7 minus r and a power 7 minus r, we are writing in separate terms. So and next term is minus 3b whole power r, so minus 3 power r and b power r. So this is the now we are in this expression. So now we have to see for what value of r we will get this term a power 5 and b square. So here these parts are the constant parts, and by taking the value of r we will find out this. So here a and b are unknowns. So here we have to this whole expression we have to apply the value of r. So for what value of r we will get the expression a power 5 and b square, that is when r equal to 2, here a power 7 minus 2 is 5, so we got a power 5 here, and since r value is 2, here it is b square. So in this place if we replace 2, it will become b square, so we got a power 5 and b square here. Now after taking r equal to 2, we need to solve the expression, that is 2a minus 3b whole power 7 is equal to summation r equal to 0 to 7. Here n value is 7, so 0 to 7, 7c2, so r value is 2, that is why 7c2, and 2 power 7 minus 2, since r value is 2, for where all we have got r, we have to substitute r by 2. So 2 power 7 minus 2 minus 3 square, a power 7 minus 2 and b square. If we solve this, we will get 2 power 7 minus 2 is 5, so 2 power 5 minus 3 whole square, and a power 7 minus 2 is 5, so a power 5 and b square. So here we got a power 5. Here also what we have in the question, a power 5 and b square. So here we got a power 5 and b square. So if this is the unknown part, now we got this a power 5 and b square. So the remaining part other than a power 5 and b square will become the coefficient of this expression. So now a and b are unknowns, so anything with these this term will become its coefficient. Now we can find out the value of 7c2, 2 power 5 and minus 3 square, because there are no constants in this term. So the coefficient of a power 5 and b square is equal to 7c2, 2 power 5 and minus 3 square. 7c2 means 7 into 6 divided by 2 into 1. The value of 7c2 into 2 power 5, that is 32, into minus 3 whole square means 9. 2 1s are 2 3s. So 7 3s are 21, 32 and 9. The product of this is 6048. So the required coefficient of this a power 5 and b square in the expansion of 2a minus 3b whole power 7 is 6048. By using binomial theorem we got this answer. So moving on to the second sub problem of this problem, that is x power 6 and y power 3 in the expansion of x plus 2y whole power 9. So in this expansion we need to find out the coefficient of this x power 6 and y power 3. So already we know the general form, x plus y whole power n equal to summation r equal to 0 to n ncr x power n minus r and y power r. So to this expression now we need to apply n value as 9, x value as x remains as x only, and y value as 2y. So here we have applied, that is x plus 2y whole power 9 equal to summation r from 0 to 9 ncr x power n minus r and 2y power r. Again we have to check now for what value of r we will get this expression x power 6 and y power 3. So by taking r equal to 3 we will get 9 minus 3 is 6. So here we got x power 6. And 2y whole power r means this r will gets applied for both 2 and y. So if we get since 2 is constant, if we get it to the outside, that is 2 power r, we will if we get outside we will remain with y power r. Since y value is 3, that is x power 6 and y power 3 we got. Again x plus 2y whole power 9 equal to summation r from 0 to 9 9c3. Since r value is 3, it is 3, 9c3 x power 9 minus 3, that is it will become x power 6 and 2y power 3. Now by solving this x 9c3, and again we are splitting x and y terms to one side and the constant part to another side. So x power 6 and y power 3 and 2 cube. So we got the required expression here, x power 6 and y power 3. So except these terms in this summation or in this equation will become the coefficient of this term. So what are the remaining terms? 9c3 and 2 cube. So if we find out or evaluate this value, we will get 9c3 means 9 into 8 into 7 divided by 3 into 2 into 1. So we will get the value 84. 3 1s are 3 3s are 2 1s are 2 4s are. So we will get the value 84 and 2 cube value is 8. The product of 84 and 8 will become 672. Thus the required coefficient of x power 6 and y power 3 in this expansion is 672. Next, the second problem is to find the coefficient of x power 11 and y power 11 and y power 4 in the expansion of 2x cube minus 3xy whole square plus z square whole power 6. So here the n value is 6 and number of unknowns is 3. So see here x, y and z, we have 3 unknowns here. So when this is the case, the general term is given by n. So this is instead of this, first we here we can write n, n1, n2 and n3, and later on we can include this step. So I have directly written here n value is 6. N1 means the first term. This is N1, this term is N1, this term is N2, and this term is N3. So here the general term is given in this form, and 2x power n1. So this is the first term, and this is the first term, 2x power 3 to the power n1, and minus 3xy whole square to the power n2, and z square power n3. So again we are splitting the terms, the constant terms to one side, and variable terms to another side. So 2 power n1, this term will become 2 power n1, this term will become minus 3 power n2, and this, since the coefficient of z is 1, we will write as 1 power n3. Next, coming to the variable part, we will get x cube power n1, x cube power n1, x power n2, here x power n2 and y power n2. We are splitting the two variables x and y here, and z square power n3. So here these two terms can be written as, since the bases are same, by the laws of indices, we can write x power 3 n1 plus n2. Sorry. So these two terms, that is x cube power n1 and x power n2, can be written by the laws of indices as x power 3 n1 plus n2. This term can be written as like this, and y power 2 n2, z power 2 n3. So now we have to calculate the values of n1, n2 and n3. Since we know n equal to 6, n1, n2, n3 values are unknown now. So here you can see the given expression is x power 11 and y power x power 11 and y power 4. So here the x term is x power 3 n1 plus n2. Now this term should be equal to 11. That is, we can leave the index, we can leave the base here. If we just consider the values of power 3 n1 plus n2, x is here also x, here also x. So let us just consider the power 3 n1 plus n2 should be equal to 11 from the problem, and 2 n2 and y, here they have given y power 4. So here y term is y power 2 n2. If we leave the base, we will get the power as 2 n2, and that should be equal to 4. Now here in this term we cannot calculate the value of n1 because there are two unknowns, that is n1 and n2. So first let us find out the value of n2. Here only one unknown is there, and easily we can find out the value of n2, that is 4. So now if we substitute this n2 in this equation, it will become 3n plus 1, 3n plus 2 is equal to 11, and if we get this 2 to this side, it will become minus 2, then 3n1 will be equal to 9, and if the value of n1 will become 3, that is 9 divided by 3, it will become 3. So now we got two values, that is n2 and n1. Now we can easily find out the value of n3. Since the sum will be n1 plus n2 plus n3 is equal to 6. So the given n value is here 6. So the sum of all the unknowns will be equal to n. Therefore n1 plus n2 plus n3 equal to 6. So since n1 is 3 and n2 is 2, if we add these two terms, it will we will get the value as 5. So the n value is 6. n3 is equal to 6 minus 5, that is equal to 1. So we got the value as n3. Now we need to substitute this n1, n2 and n3 value here. Now equation 1 becomes, if we consider this as equation 1, this will become, let us consider this as equation 1. Now this equation 1 will become 6, n1 value is 3. sorry, we got here n1 value is 3 and n2 value is 2 and n3 value is 1. So we have written like 6. This is n value, this is n1, n2 and n3, and 2 power 3. The term which we have separated here, even in this term, even in these terms, we need to substitute the values of n1, n2 and n3. So this will become 2 power, n1 value is 3, so this will become 2 power 3 and minus 3 power 2 and minus and 1 power anything is 1 only, so we can leave the term, and x cube power n1. So n1 value is 3. So you can see here 2 cube minus 3 whole square, x power 11 and y power 4 and z square. So we got this term, that is x power 11 and y power 4, and the remaining terms will become its coefficients. Now we need to evaluate this equation, that is 6, 3, 2, 1. We will write this in the form of 6 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 2 factorial into 1 factorial. So these terms will be written in the form of this, and the remaining terms 2 cube into we have written the value of 2 cube minus 3 square and z square as it is. Why we are not considering z square? Because we need to find the coefficient of x power 11 and y power 4 only. So this value will be evaluated to 4320 into z square. We don't know the value of z, so it will remain, we will keep as it is. Thus the coefficient of x power 11 and y power 4 in the expansion of this term 2x cube 3x minus 3xy square plus z square whole power 6 is 4320 into z square. So this is the this is how we will solve the equations using binomial theorem. Now coming to the applications of binomial theorem, we have got these many applications. First one is a distribution of IP addresses. So in network we will use the concept called as IP addressing, that is internet protocol addressing. So that is the unique number given to each and every network. So while distributing those IP addresses, we will use the binomial theorem. Next is national economic prediction and architecture, weather forecasting. So in weather forecasting, as we know, at what time or at what day or on what day, what month we will get rain and storms or any natural disaster. So during forecasting those things, we will use binomial theorem. And ranking of candidates in competitive examinations. So we will be writing so many competitive examinations, and after or during the time of the announcement of result, the candidates should be allotted with the unique or specific ranking. So while at that time the binomial theorems are used, and in biology to find the number of children with a certain genotype. So in biology, this binomial theorem is used to find how many number of children are born with this certain genetic type, like that. So this is the concept of binomial theorem. Thank you.